My name is Morel Doucette, and I'm a interdisciplinary artist.
My name is Nadja, and I'm an artist.
My name is Judith Burt King, and I'm an artist.
My name is Juan Luis Matos, and I'm an artist.
My name's Sterling Rook, and I'm an artist.
My name is Edouard Duval-Carrier. I'm an artist.
My name is Michelle Lisa Palisade. I'm a visual artist and arts organizer based in Miami, Florida.
So being an artist in Miami is a constant flux of moving around, trying to find real estate that is affordable and within budget. And so at my former studio, it got to the point where a developer purchased the property and essentially increased the rent by 90% on what it used to be.
Accessibility, space, freedom, those things are at a premium in Miami, and they're very hard to come by. So far as I've seen, I couldn't name more than, I'm not sure if I can name any other art spaces that provide the range that I have access to here.
Oh, the affordable space. There's very little in Miami. There's probably not that much in the art world, but especially a city like Miami, which is attuned to art, there's almost no affordable art space. I would not have a studio where I could interact with people, where I could interact with the public, where we could have events. I wouldn't have one if it was not affordable and if it was not subsidized. The other thing is I would not have contact with other artists if I did not have the space. That community, that support is absolutely invaluable.
I'm a full-time artist, and that means that income is not on a trackable, consistent basis. I depend on commissions and projects and collaborations. Your living situation, your housing is one of the most expensive needs that you need to fulfill. There has been a spike and a change that migrating from lower income neighborhood to lower income neighborhood is almost not even a plausible relief to that situation anymore.
There's people who are leaving Miami-Dade County altogether because it's just way too expensive to live here. It really does a major disservice to the artistic community that has really been created, and frankly the cash flow that comes in and out of Miami because of the artists that are here doesn't end up hitting the pockets of the artists. And so the artists continue to struggle financially and then can't afford housing.
So when you're a culture producer and you're contributing to the market here in Miami, you're furthering the culture, the narrative.
I can say that the artists in Miami really brought the development such as Basel and other fairs here. Artists are the ones that are bringing them up to a certain level.
Miami, for me, has been and continues to be a source of inspiration. I'm a firstborn of this country, and like a lot of my contemporaries, this place is our nexus.
What's going to happen to Miami when artists can't afford to live here anymore? Who's going to paint the murals? Where are people going to go for cultural events on the weekends with their families? Everybody wants to take selfies of the murals in Wynwood, but who actually wants to support the artists?
When you look across the entire US, there's different organizations that are supporting artists. They're trying to figure out a way where artists can sustain their practice because they're benefiting and they're adding to society. There's a message that each one of them is telling.
Live workspace that are adapted for that use, that could serve, like a much larger community and really be a buffer, because prices are getting really out of hand here, and artists have to move out. It's not a good thing, and I don't think, the city should be aware of it.
Because of the nature of Miami, congested traffic, long distances to travel, not that many routes to get from point A to point B, I think that at least an hour and a half is taken up commuting. I think it would be extremely helpful for emerging artists, mid-career artists, to have a place to live and work.
Artists do create an atmosphere, create, a way of thinking. They are, at the forefront of many, many things. Places such as the Bakehouse, which is now, really positioning itself to create practically the first work-live space in Miami for artists, dedicated to artists. I think it's a no-brainer.
Miami is long overdue for affordable housing, especially for artists. So the Bakehouse taking this first initiative to go about this journey is something that all artists across the board is looking forward to. It's going to completely alter the landscape of how artists move and function in the city. You know, artists attracts culture, it attracts community, it brings different people from all walks of life together, and that's like the power of art. And so just imagining a building full of many different kinds of artists and that becoming a mecca or a destination point for the city is what we need as an artist here in Miami.
The beautiful thing about Bakehouse artists is that we're ingrained in the community. You know, we work at your local restaurants, we work with the kids at the school across the street, we work at your community organizations, and just like the other workers in those spaces, we need to be treated and seen as valuable and integral parts of our society.
We have events here. It is open to all. Most of our events we have open studios. They can come, they can interact with artists. Kids can come, they can ask about art, and a lot of them are really fascinated by it. Hopefully we're raising the next generation of art appreciators.
We're across the street from a school. There are kids and families and older folks all around us. And lower income folks will be impacted by development. And people aren't fighting for things to not change. They are fighting to be included in the process and the conversation about what will happen next. And I think that Bakehouse thus far has been moving in that direction.
So when I think of the Bakehouse, one word that comes to mind is the word legacy. Thinking about the past and what the facility was used for and how that legacy has been transformed to continue serving the community that it started to.